want to show you guys this article here. This pertains to the American election. Let's talk a little bit about that because it is very interesting. Obama urges black men to back Harris. Now, this is very interesting because I don't see how Obama... I'm just trying to figure out how Obama thought this would be a good idea to say, hey, look, black guys voted for me more than they did for Kamala Harris. And I understand that liberals would say, like, hey, he was simply saying, like, black guys need to go out and vote for Kamala Harris. But he's literally saying, brothers, they liked me more than you. That's literally what this guy said. Brothers like me more than you, Kamala. He's not really helping his ally here. Former President Barack Hussein Obama appealed to black voters while campaigning for Vice President Kamala Harris on Thursday, nothing he hadn't seen, noting, my God, what is wrong with my eyes? Noting he had not seen the same kind of energy and turnout in communities as we saw when I was running. So when I was running, brothers were voting for me by the droves. They love me. They don't like Kamala. Brothers don't like Kamala. Recent polls indicate the former President Trump is picking up a little more support from black men than he did in 2020. And that while more black voters back Harris, she's lagging behind Biden's numbers. So brothers prefer Biden over Harris. They obviously prefer Obama over Harris. And a lot of them are preferring Trump over Harris. Now, you could say, well, what difference does it make? It can make all the difference. This actually could tilt the scales enough to get Trump to win. Because remember, these American elections, they're not determined by 1 million votes. They're not determined by hundreds of thousands of votes even. They are determined by tens of thousands of votes. So the last election, Trump lost by about 20 or so thousand votes. That was it. That's all is needed to get a victory. There are people who are going to vote. Listen, most people who are voting, they've already made up their minds. They're going to vote for their candidate no matter what. So there are people who are going to vote for Harris no matter what. There are people who are going to vote for Trump no matter what. And there are tens of millions of people who are just going to vote for their candidate no matter what. Nothing is going to sway them. But there's a small number of people who can be convinced to vote in either way. And if you get those people's vote, you win. And these are just, this is a small number of people. We're talking 20,000 people. That's it. 20 or so thousand people. If Trump can get enough black folks to vote for him, he could win. If he can get enough Arab people in a state like Michigan to vote for him, he could win. So just getting 20,000 more votes makes all the difference, or can at least make all the difference. So it says here that driving the news. Obama said at a campaign field office in Pittsburgh ahead of speaking at a rally for Harris in the Pennsylvania city that the turnout issue he noticed seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. These are his words, not mine. YouTube, understand that. He continued, "You're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. I got a problem with that because part of it makes me think, well, I'm speaking to men directly and, that you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president." So he's basically telling the brothers that they're sexist. They're a bunch of male chauvinists, and that's why they don't want to vote for Kamala Harris. Now, I think there is truth to this. You see, one thing I know about a lot of people who are in the melanated world, let's just put it that way, they don't like women telling them what to do. You see this in the Mexican machismo culture, and you see this in the inner city culture sort of thing, where they don't like no women telling them what to do. That's why these people talk. Like, I ain't gonna listen to no woman. Don't you tell me what to do, woman. So they don't mind voting for Biden because, well, he's a man. He a man. They don't mind voting for Obama because he a brother, right? He a brother. A lot of them don't mind voting for Trump because he a thug. Trump is a thug. He got all the felonies, the system trying to bring him down. He's rich. He has a lot of women. He a pimp. He's one of us, right? They don't mind voting for him. But then here comes Kamala. Kamala looks like your average inner city public school vice principal and she has an annoying voice. So what's the appeal, right? It's just another woman telling me what to do. And I don't like that. I ain't down with that. I don't want no woman. I don't want no woman telling me what to do. I ain't down with that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't down with that. So there's that whole thing that goes on. And I think Obama is correct. I think there is definitely truth to this. They don't want to vote for no woman. They don't want to vote for no sister. And a lot of I've noticed this on YouTube. You have these African American guys on YouTube who have really nothing good to say about black women. I've noticed this. I am simply YouTube. Understand this, YouTube. Before you flag this video, I am simply making an observation. I am an observer, nothing more, nothing less. I am nothing but an observer. I have watched a lot of videos. I am sure all of you guys have heard of the red pill space. A lot of people on the red pill space are African American dudes. And I watched these videos, right, who are these black dudes who are saying things such as, oh, I don't want no bitch, I don't want no woman, F these hoes, blah, 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 these women ain't no good, blah, blah, blah. I don't need no bitch, these bitches ain't shit, blah, 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 right? And I don't like that world, all right? Personally, it's not my thing. I don't like the red pill space, even though, like, look at me. I'm a 34-year-old man living in the U.S., no girlfriend, no wife, no kids. Listen, I've had my experiences with women who weren't very good, but I refuse to join a subculture because of maybe some bad experiences that I've had or some negative experiences that I've had. I don't like the idea of having hatred against another people because of their gender. Same thing with race. You'll never see me join some group of people who are about, I don't know, like hating on a certain race. I'm not down with that. I'm not for that. Because if we're going to hate people because they're of their gender or because of their race, then it's like basically saying God made a mistake. And I'm just not down with that. Plus, I don't really like hating people because of what they are. You're born a woman. I mean, does that make you evil automatically? Right? It's crazy. So you have these people who get on these red pill spaces, and they're just absolutely annoying, obnoxious people. I can't stand them. I can't. I don't like them. They're like, if a woman gonna come up to you, she's gonna have to follow your lead, and she's gonna have to follow your lead. And if you don't get her to follow your lead, then you the bitch in the relationship, and she got her foot on your face, and you ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, she don't even see you as a man. All right. And then while she getting resources from you, she taking your money, she taking your shit, she living in your house, right? While she doing all that, what you think she doing while you at work? She getting nailed by 50 other brothers. They all running the train through her. You know what I'm saying? And you, the simp, you the bitch in the whole relationship, and blah blah blah. Even if what they're saying is true, right? If women are that bad, then my response to them is the best way to win is not to play. That's my philosophy. Like, if let's say the red pill ideology is true, women are naturally Darwinistic, they love this word hypergamous, and they're only in it for the alpha, and after they get screwed by 80 alpha dudes, they're going with you, Dexter or Point Dexter. And now you're stuck with this woman who has been, who had the whole train ran through her when she was in her 20s. And now you're just taking the leftovers, right? You've married her when she's now 38 years old. And now you're just getting what's left of her whatever beauty she may have, or whatever youth she may have left in her. And she was completely drained like a prune, like a dried fig by these alpha guys. And now you're the beta who's giving her money and resources and a house. She don't even love you. She's only using you for whatever. And let's say all that is true. My position in such a situation is the best way to play is not the best way to win is not to play. That's it. The best way to win is not to play. Just the whole thing with the red pill thing is just, I know we started talking about Obama, now we're talking about the red pill thing. If women are that bad, let's say they're that bad, right? Because the way that they describe women are just evil. I mean, they're just evil, right? They're going to go with NBA players, musicians, actors. They're getting screwed by, all these different guys. And then they go with you because you're the only one who's going to love her and take care of her child, blah, blah, blah. Now that's pretty evil. But let's say that they're right. And I think in many cases this is true. And I'll give you that. I'm not saying this ain't happening. It definitely is. But so I'll give you that, right? I'll say you're right. My position is I say the hell away, right? They say Western women are this and Western women are that, and they're awful and they're hypergamous. I'll say you're absolutely right. I'll give you that. I'm not going to even debate you on that. My position is I say the hell away. I stay the hell away. But you have these red pill people who are saying, oh, women are this and they're that and they're evil and they're this and that, but they still want to get laid. But my point is, if it's really that bad, and it is kind of bad, don't get me wrong, then the best way to win the game ain't to play.